we come to the end of the Standard Bank Economic Forum for 2022. It has been a very successful event, a magnificent event, I must say, magnificent event, well organized. The CEO is here. He's leading a fantastic team. They always say behind a very successful man, there is always a woman. But I'm saying today, there is always a good team. And Standard Bank has really shown us, has really led the way. They are saying, as far as the economy of the kingdom is concerned, Eswatini is our home. We drive her growth. CEO, thank you so much for such a wonderful event. I'm sure you must be happy.
Yes, thank you to Maswati for listening in and joining in.
Yeah.
But we think that we've made our contribution as always. We believe that Eswatini is our home, as you say. We drive her growth.
Yeah. So you've been hosting the Economic Forum for a couple of years now. Do you have a yardstick to say that is how we measure the success of such a very important event?
It's difficult to measure success,
Yeah.
but we want to believe that the benefits of these events are actually seen in the real economy. I mean, who would have thought that would have a factory like Kellogg sitting in Eswatini today, supplying Southern Africa from here?
Yeah.
You know, it is these events where you sit and talk and identify opportunities for trade and then finance and create business opportunities and create employment. That is our contribution.
Njengoba vele siseswatini bonke kahle njengoba nasibu YouTube umsebenzi ubukelwa nabantu abaningi labangekho la eSwatini umcwalo ukuthi nanabo basive namaswati ngifisa siphe ngiyafuna nokuthola CEO ekuthenini nilibhange nguvele ukuthi uyathatha imali tethu usigcinele phezulu utinishitela abanye live liqhubeke liphile nibuka i-contribution leseniyendile kule live nekwesekela nje amabhizinisi ase-Eswatini nibuka ke nalesimo lesikhona nyalo currently sitekenza bangivinza base-Ukraine ithinta kakhulu la ukuthi kusho kuthini lokwenteka le especially ku-agriculture nitaqhubeka yini nilibhanga nikhone ukusekela emabhizinisi la kule agriculture ngoba nithi nisebenzisa amagama labhanga nithi risk ukuthi niyaqhubeka yini nisekele despite what is happening globally.
Yeah, simo semnotho emhlabeni vele lento lendeka eRussia nase-Ukraine ingeke ihlale kusi-affecta ngoba kusho ukuthi because baya-produce abo-oil basupply umhlaba i-demand ya-oil setawukhuphuka and therefore i-price itawukhuphuka nayo ngoba i-supply seyinciphile. So because of that sekuyasho ukuthi ama-cost of goods for emaswati sekatawonyuka and ezenyuka akusho lokho ukuthi sesehlulekile sitawukhumbula ukuthi umhlaba ubuya ku-2010 2008 to 2010 when there was a global economic crisis. Even then emabhizinisi nemabhange kakhulu lawo la survive akhona kuqhubeka sithi ama-customers awo ukhumbule ukuthi emabhange asurvive for as long as kunemuntu otawufaka imali ebhange mangabe sekude labo bantu lelo bhange lelo sekude umsebenzi lingawenda. So as long as bantu bangasethemba ngema-deposits abo nathi sitawuqhubeka sikhone kusita labo labafuna ku-investa kulo mnotho waseswatini.
CEO, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I'm not very sure now, we were here in this very same room.
Yes.
And again, you represented the private sector when government was launching the economic recovery strategy. You touched on so many subjects, certain bottlenecks that government had to remove for the private sector to thrive. You are driving Eswatini economic growth. Looking back now, 2023, we are expecting a new government. Those bottlenecks you spoke about, are they still there?
Unfortunately, when dealing with the government, and it's not unique to the government of Eswatini, globally, governments are not as quick to do things, and that's just because of the regulatory framework which government has to operate under. Whether it is because they have to go through parliament, they have to go through, but before a paper even gets to cabinet, there are principal secretaries, there are the technocrats in government that have to deal with it and motivate it. It has to be reviewed by the Attorney General, it has to go through various stages, and that is what at times takes time for government to get into the decision-making table. But the intention is what is important. As long as we in business know that government is intentional about wanting to make private sector succeed and private sector much more active and private sector to be a very active participator in the economy. There is no doubt that things are going to, I mean, for the first time in many years, we saw mining licenses being issued in a very, very short space of time. So even though we can say that government is slow, when they do eventually get to make decisions, we saw 2 or 3 licenses issued in a month or two towards the end of last year. And that for me is an indicator that eventually when you make enough requests from government, they will eventually come to the party and enable private sector to thrive. Now, those businesses that have been awarded licenses, we expect them to start employing a Eswatini and creating a real impact on the economy.
Finally, CEO, when you look at the caliber of people who always attend such an event, you look at the engagement, the kind of questions that they ask, and that should be saying to you, some of the players in the industry, even those who are not in the banking sector, they always look forward to Standard Bank hosting such an event.
Of course, the majority of the people that are here range from retail bank customers to large corporate customers. So we create the platform so that they can meet each other, they can talk to one another, but also that they can take whatever they take from this economic forum and go and implement in their own companies. I mean, for instance, we're talking about payments across within Africa, for Africa, so, and using your own currency to pay another country in Africa. So those things are innovative, but such forums bring to the fore the real issues in financial services that banks can put on the table.
CEO, thank you so much for affording us the opportunity to speak to you. We appreciate you. Keep shining.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was the CEO of Standard Bank, CEO Mr. Mvuselelo Fakudze bongosi njoba kuphetha lo msebenzi we Standard Bank Economic Forum for 2022. Umsebenzi ke ube muhle indlela lesimangaliso. Siyabe sibe siqhubeka nje sikhulumisana netinye tikhulumi lebe sitolo